guys, it's Katie from K Messer Art, and today I am going to be practicing some gouache in my sketchbook. I have really enjoyed practicing with this new medium, and so I'm going to do a little spread in it, and I'm going to do a time lapse with a voiceover sharing my struggles and wins and what I like, what I dislike about gouache. I hope you stick around and leave me your own tips, comments, thoughts, whatever down in the comments and let me know what you think. One of my favorite things about gouache is definitely the fact that it's reactivated by water. There's nothing worse than putting out a bunch of paint and then it drying out and going to waste. I absolutely hate that about my acrylics, the fact that if it's just how much paint you will waste, even with a stay wet palette, you're bound to waste some paint. I guess that's kind of just par for the course, and it's really only wasted if it stays in the tube, and I know that. But still, as an artist on a budget, I hate the idea of wasting paint. So the reactivation with water is a game changer when it comes to practicing in my sketchbook because it's not something I want a huge investment in. I don't want to get out all my acrylics and use it to do little sketches and practices. But with gouache, I definitely can do that and feel better about it. With that being said, I love that gouache can be transparent or opaque because with the opaqueness, I'm able to work from dark to light, which is my preferred way of painting. I really struggle when I use watercolors going from light to dark because that's just not the way my brain works. I have never been good at going from light to dark. Dark to light is just more natural to me. And so I've had a lot of fun experimenting with that. I also have noticed a struggle with when you do reactivate the gouache, it tends to be more on the transparent side. And I haven't figured out how to reactivate it with water and still keep that opaqueness that I love about it. I see other artists painting with gouache, and it seems like they're able to get the really jelly like painting and opaque, and it's beautiful. And I haven't quite figured out how to do that, but I'm sure that's something I will learn with practice and as I get used to the medium. I do think that acrylic will always be my favorite to use when it comes to larger pieces and on canvas. I do not think that I'll ever give up acrylics, but so far gouache has been so much fun to work with. I will probably for sure always reach for my gouache though in my sketchbook when I'm trying to practice and learn. It has been so useful in this short amount of time that I've used it, and I imagine that I'll only become more and more fond of it as I get better. So my idea with this sketchbook spread in my book is to practice rainy days and some forest scenes. I love those types of paintings, even though I tend to struggle with them. I have a really hard time, especially with smaller, like keeping texture into your painting and not having everything look muddled and same. That is something you can definitely see that I'm struggling with in this, but it was a lot of fun practicing, and it's something that just will get better with practice. I'll learn how to keep the texture, I'll learn how to keep it opaque where I want it opaque and transparent where I want it transparent. I'm still very happy with how it turned out, even though it's not perfect, it's far from perfect. I had so much fun doing it, and I love the way the spread turned out. Enjoy the rest of this time lapse. I will stop talking.